Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about two girls who decided to promote their blog by committing murder and filming it, all on video. Mun and Craig kissing in the car after hearing a noise outside. Sadie sends a guy to check what's going on there. Even though he's afraid, Mun still persuades him to get out of the car. Looking into the darkness that awaits him ahead, Craig decides to return, but at this moment, his head meets with the machete of a local maniac who is killing residents of Rosedale. Sadie jumps out of the car and runs away from him into the woods. The maniac chases the girl and falls into a trap set by a friend, Sadie McKeeva. When Lowell wakes up, he sees girls in front of him who he promises to release their insides. The girls find his threat funny, after which they admit that they are actually his fans. To catch Lowell, Sandy had to sleep with guys on this bridge until the maniac finally took the bait. Among them, he says that they have a common goal, but they lack experience, so the maniac has to teach them. At this moment, Craig comes to his senses, putting a gag in the guy's mouth, watches him plug his nose. Finishing off Craig, the girls carve up his carcass and then dissolve the body parts into acid. The girls lock Lola in a room with a surveillance camera, and they return home at school between lessons with Eddie and McKeeve. They tell them about the missing Craig, who most likely became a victim of a maniac. Why girls adhere to this version, you can read on their blog In the Classroom. The sheriff, who suggests that Craig most likely just ran away from home, does not like this version of the girls because in this case no one will visit their blog, which is reposted only by Makala's mom. The girlfriends decide to promote him by committing murder on behalf of Lowell. At the stadium, after the cheerleading squad rehearsal, where the captain of the force team drives McKeeve away, the girls meet Makala's ex-boyfriend. He, like the girls, runs his blog on 15,000 of followers, where he posts his cute photos decorating it, all with boyish quotes. Toby also posted Craiggie's posts, but he has far more subscribers than the girls, so he asks the guy to post their reggae posts at home. Toby refuses to make reposts from their blog, unworthy of his level, and the girls decide to kill him first. McKeeva knows the whole schedule. Toby, therefore, preparing an ambush for a guy does not cause any problems for girls to catch up on the deserted roads of Mackinac at night. Toby starts honking at him and blinking his headlights to get away from this not normal gas, but does not have time to react to the spikes installed on the road. Hearing the groans of a guy from the bushes, the girls go to him to finish him off. Haha. At this moment, to the car they were driving, Mackie's pickup truck pulls up and runs Teddy. According to the girl, she broke through the wheel, doesn't even need help because she has hands and she can replace the wheel herself. While Toby is dying, he says his last phrase, "If they kill me, I'm glad that you're going to do it," because of which Makala starts kissing him, which stops Sadie. In the morning, reporters come to school, but not to make a report on another murder and interview Makala, who allegedly Toby's body was found on the way to school, but just to make a story about road safety. The girlfriend's idea to advertise their blog completely fails because everyone believes that Stobik had an accident at a meeting of the alumni committee and suggests canceling the graduation party in the memory of Toby and Craig, who was never found. For this, the girlfriends decide that the girl will be the next victim of the forces. She is going to present her project to create free libraries at a competition that will be held in a week. For this, we made a toy house in which everyone can leave the books they have read. The friends break this layout, which forces them to stay late at night in the school workshop. Trying to restore it, the light suddenly turns off in the room. Turning over the toggle switches, he still finds the right one, but turning on the light, he discovers two strangers in theatrical masks, one of which the girl recognizes by her sneakers. A struggle ensues during which the circular saw turns on. Sil clings to the host with his foot, which carries the girl to Peel. Looking at Sil's body, the girlfriends decide that this can again be mistaken for an accident, so they decide to chop off the limbs so that no one will think that this happened to the girl by accident, whose body in the morning, her assistant discovered a block of girls after this incident, in which they wrote a post about the murder, and a journalist from a local news service became very popular. She tries to interview Kella's mind, but the police stop these attempts. The girl's son approaches the sheriff and Jordan's classmate noticed on the sneakers McKeeve and blood. At this moment, the girls are called to the principal of the school. Jordan warns that his father is very angry with them, and he is going to arrest the girls for obstruction of justice if an alibi is needed among them. Jordan is ready to confirm that they went to the cinema together last night. Director Ray and the sheriff warns the girls to be more careful about expressing themselves on social networks so as not to create panic among the residents and don't get in the way to the investigation. When asked where they were last night, the girlfriends say they were at the movies with Jordan Makita. Sadie speaks to the school announcing collecting donations on behalf of the forces. Local firefighter Big L takes the stage. Accusing law enforcement agencies of inaction, Ella promises to take the search for the maniac into her own hands, which causes the delight of the audience, which is why he signs his death sentence with the onset of the evening with Eddie and Makiva. They wait for Big L to stay in the rocking chair alone. Makiva goes to him with a bottle of sleeping pills. The girl accidentally knocks over the bottle of Ella with drinking water, after which he goes to fill it with the contents of his bottle. At that moment, a message arrives on Sadie's phone from Jordan, who asks for a romantic meeting to hurry. Makiva Sadie gets into the gym where the girls together attack Big Ella, over whom Makiva somehow wins. Drives Sadie home just at the moment when Jordan arrives. The guy copied from her work computer father's files and reports on all the murders and brought them to show the girl. In the morning, Makala receives a message from Sade that their blog he just exploded, having already gained 150,000 subscribers overnight. Today, at the town hall there is a meeting of residents of the town, which is attended by Eddie Makala. And later Jordan pulls up and sits behind his girlfriend's girls, disrupts the sheriff's speech by first sending out a photo to everyone. Ella notices Jordan, and then starting to shout words in support of Big Ella. After several days of Lola's imprisonment, he still manages to free himself from the girl's captivity. He goes to the city where at that moment there is a march of local residents who want to show that they are not afraid of a maniac. Only now, upon discovering the mayor of the town strung on a flagpole, the residents are horrified. The next day, the girls give an interview to a local news channel. They will not stop until they prevent the murders. However, they are scared themselves. LOL is free and the girls are probably hunting for them now. They turn to Welsh for help, who only advises him not to check in on social networks, then it will be more difficult for the maniac to track them down. It's better to die. Makela and Sadie meet with Jordan, who wants to leave their team for the sake of his father, who now needs the support of his son Macaulay. He starts insulting the sheriffs with inaction, which is why they are fighting with Jordan. Makela is distracted. Jordan pulls out of her purse the same phone from which the girls sent photos to Ella. For this, Makilo decides to kill Jordan. Upon discovering the loss of her smartphone, she promises her friend to deal with the guy very quickly so that he does not suffer, but Amun decides to end it herself. After meeting with the girl, Jordan tells Amun his suspicions that Makila may be familiar with the maniac. The guy noticed blood on her sneakers after killing her, and also saw it at a meeting as Makila was sending a message. A picture of Big Ella. Jordan immediately flew to all the residents. Jordan shows the phone that he stole from Michaela's purse, but he failed to crack the password. A couple hear footsteps on the stairs, thinking that Jordan's father is hiding behind the bed. Jordan opens the door and gets hit Lowell's machete, grabbing the knife that Sodi brought to kill Jordan. The girl plunges it into Lowell's leg and then tries to escape from him. Makiva, who was on duty outside, rushes to the gnome through the window to wake the sheriff, who, hearing a noise upstairs, notices a maniac in whom the sheriff opens fire after falling out of the window, and the wounded Lovell still manages to escape, which Makala sees at a meeting of local residents, thanks to the rescue of his Jordan's son. When asked by a journalist what the girl will do with her blog, says that she will continue to run it so that the city becomes safer for everyone, which causes Michaela to hate. It's time for the prom, which she goes to with Jordan. Kellot herself is visited by her new boyfriend. Lo goes to Rosaile school with whom they kill their first victim, Mrs. Kent, Makiva's tormentor, and notices her friend among the students, who lures her into the back room. Jordan follows Sai. After meeting Makiva, he asks if Sadie remembers their first time recounting the murder of Jordan's mother many years ago. What the guy himself hears. Lowell. Makiva appears here and suggests that Sadie arrange massacre as they had planned earlier. But at this moment Jordan pushes the structure out Lowell and grabbing Sadie, he climbs the stairs from where they have nowhere else to run. Lowell is going to strike a machete strike, but Makiala reminds him not to kill Sadie, remembering all the humiliations that his girlfriends did to him. LOL is going to end Makala, but the girl kills the maniac with a pistol from her purse. The girlfriends rush into each other's arms, and Jordan pulls away the tag saying that Makala is a murderer after saying that the guy does not know her at all, puts a noose around Jordan's neck and pushes him down. After a few absolutely phone calls, pictures start coming that the door is in the gym where the evening takes place is blocked with chains. And Nakala sets fire to the building, which kills more than 120 people. This crime, like all others, is hung on lol. The girls themselves become stars by publishing a book and making documentaries about them. The film ends